Hey guys, in this video I wanted to share this CR-0632F rice cooker by Cuckoo. It's a Korean-made computerized rice cooker that has the temperature and cooking time controlled by a microcomputer chip. It's sometimes referred to as a Micom or fuzzy logic rice cooker. These types of rice cookers are more intelligent than the conventional rice cooker since those only check the temperature, and if it hits above 212 Fahrenheit, it just stops cooking. If you add too much water, your rice will be soggy, and if you add too little water, it'll just be uncooked and hard. Computerized cookers instead constantly monitor with sensors and adjust the time and temperature to make sure your rice is cooked perfectly and consistently. For me, cooking brown rice has always been a challenge. It's either mushy or undercooked. Since I eyeball the amount of water to put in with my finger as a gauge, my rice never comes out the same every batch. So let's start off by unboxing this thing. So I picked it up at my local Costco, and here are two instruction manuals. Here is the rice scooper that's made out of plastic. This won't scratch the non-stick coating, and it's packaged fairly well with this cardboard. And here's the included measuring cup used to help you portion your rice. And finally, when you remove the foam, you'll get to the actual rice cooker. It's a decent size. My previous rice cooker was very big, so this is a nice change to it, and it looks a lot sleeker. So when you open the lid, you'll see the non-stick pot that's inside where you'll put the rice. And make sure you take the paper that's in there as well before you start using it. So let's plug it in and then set the time. So the first thing I do is hit the cancel button a few times, and then you hold down the hours button till it beeps, and then this is where you can then set the hours. To set the minutes, just switch over to the minutes button. Before we start using it, you want to make sure you remove everything inside of it. So the first thing you'll notice is when you take out the pot is that there's a piece of paper in here for protection. So make sure you take that off. And on the back side, there's a piece of tape. This holds the condensation holder, I guess, in place. So just peel it off. And this thing comes off just by pulling it. And then you can dump the condensation or the water that builds up when you're cooking rice. So before we start using it, make sure you rinse the pot just in case there's any like foreign objects or like dirt or anything in there during shipping or handling. Next, we're gonna measure off 3 cups of rice using the included little cup here. Next, we're going to wash the rice. So I'm going to use a different bowl to wash the rice in. You may be tempted to use the inner pot that it comes with to wash it, but when you do that, the rice is going to wear out the non-stick coating, so it's best to do it in a different bowl just to extend the life of the non-stick coating of the pot. When washing the rice, you typically want to keep on draining it until the water is clear, so I do this a few times. Next, you want to put in water to the appropriate lines using the markings of the inner pot. So I use the measuring cup and I put in 3. So you want to put the water up to the 3 level. So I'm going to put a little bit more water in here to just hit that mark right there. You also notice that there are markings on the right for brown rice as well. We're making white rice, so we're going to use the marking on the left. Next, we're going to plug in the rice cooker, and then we're going to set it. So right away you can see that there's this display on right there telling you that the inner pot is missing. So since it is computerized, it's able to know that, and then once you put it in there, it knows that the inner pot is there. and then you close the lid. To start off the cooking process, what we're going to do is hit the menu button, and this will let you choose the mode for cooking. So it's on white right now, white rice, and then you can cycle through the various other settings. And we're just going to go back to white rice, and then all you have to do is hit the cook button, and it starts cooking. And that's all there is to it. I'm not going to go through all the features of this rice cooker because all I use it for is to cook white rice or brown rice, but it can be used as a slow cooker, and there's various other settings you can change. So the manual goes through this fairly well, and it's very detailed and whatnot. So take a look at that when you get a chance. Once the rice is done cooking, it will go into warming mode, and you'll see this display where it just shows you the number of hours that it has been sitting in warming mode. And after an hour, it will change to 1 hour. It'll just start counting up, telling you how long the rice has been sitting there in warming mode. And when you hit the cancel button, the warming mode will be turned off, or whenever you unplug it. Now it's time to see what the rice is like. So this is the first time I've ever used this rice cooker, and we're gonna fluff it up, and the rice is perfectly done. It is not too wet, it's not too dry, it's like perfect. So this is the ideal consistency for rice that I like to eat. Cooking rice with a regular rice cooker and getting it consistent every time is really difficult, especially with brown rice. So using a computerized rice cooker definitely helps in making my rice perfect each and every time. Anyways, that's it for this video. Have a nice day, and I'll see you next time.